Alright, so this is times when I absolutely love Black Clover Mobile, and we've got six unit kits to go over. Now, just to say, two of them were kits that we already had bits and pieces of, but they've completed Noelle and Rill's kits for the Season 10 units. We have Spirit Dive YUNO's kit, we have Zora's kit, and we have the Season 11 units. Like, oh my god. And my favorite part about this game is when I get to talk about the meta. When I get to talk about new units, I am there. I am eating and we are good. I came back from this morning seeing these 6 years getting their perfect EZAs, and I am ready to talk about these busted ass units. Now, I mean it. Okay, I mean it. These units seem to all serve a purpose, and that's what I am here for. Now, take it just, I didn't really go over these, I didn't look at these kits for too long, so there's going to be that to consider. I'm going to probably put timestamps because there's going to be 6 kits in this video. I will most likely break down these units, or at least Zora and Vanessa, the units coming out in about, when would it be? I think it's in a week. The 28th. We're getting Zora and Vanessa on the 28th. Destiny, Thread of Fate Vanessa, that Vanessa. So, let's start with Spirit Dive YUNO. Now, the biggest thing is, Spirit Dive YUNO might be in Season 11. I know, it's crazy, but going by their new, like, schedule where fests seem to be every 2 months, it might be, or every 2 seasons. Because we have Black Austin, what, Season 7? Then Maria Leona in Season 9? And then, you know, you would expect one in Season 11, right? Now, the thing is, why I'm also saying it might be YUNO is because we don't have news of any other fest coming out. And I was like, maybe we get Dorothy, but honestly, they kind of cooked themselves over because Zora could have been a fest. To me, Zora was fest worthy. But if they do Spirit Dive now, and then I don't know what anniversary would be, but maybe they kind of skip and go to Lumiere, the first Wizard King. So we're going to have to see what. But Spirit Dive might be next month on JP. And if so, then I think global people are fucked in terms of what to summon on. Because, you know, YUNO, Mario, what else would you really summon for? I don't really know. I guess Vanessa and Zora too. But there's not really much else. Like, people could summon on Fauna, but I mean, unless you really love Fauna, I don't think she's needed anymore. So, you know, just my current opinion on that. So, anyway, let's start just kind of rambling on for a bit. I'll probably ramble during this. This is going to be at least a 30-minute video, I feel. I hope not, honestly, because I have to go to the gym. So, we're gonna try to make this quick and concise, okay? 5 minutes per unit. Okay. YUNO. Okay, if he's blue, that would be nice. Blue, you know, would be very, very nice. You know, do I separate this into 2? Because we also have Nozel and Kahono. I'm not really too sure how I'll do this, but we're just gonna go through this and I'll see maybe if it's too long. I'll keep Nozel and Kahono for last. We'll see how that goes. But anyway, YUNO might be blue. Because if they go in a rotation of blue, red, green, then yes, YUNO will be blue. But because he's Spirit Dive, I hope he is green. Right, because he's just a green unit. And they made Black Asta red. So they have to do the thing where Black Asta's red, Spirit Dive YUNO's green, and then Valkyrie Noelle is blue. They just have to. In my eyes, they have to. So, skill 1. Inflicts a X% reduced mobility debuff on an enemy. Best thing you could have on a skill 1. And then this makes me think he's a debuffer. But Julius also seemed to have a debuffing kit, and they changed it to attacker last minute. So we could hold out hope, okay? So this is one of the best things in the game for PvE content and also for PvP, because you use this and you could cook someone over. And if you have Spirit Dive on yourself, you get an X% increased speed buff for X turns. So this becomes very strong because you get to easily, if you go first before like another Spirit Dive, you might be able to basically stop them from having their turn before you go again. If the speed buff is high enough and if the mobility buff is high enough. Because let's say the mobility buff is like 30, or debuff is 30%, and the speed buff is like 40%. There might be cases where you go before the enemy Spirit Dive again, or like another unit before it's like their turn, right? Because if this mobility buff or debuff is high, well, that means you could get your second mobility amount because your speed's so much higher than the enemy from this, right? And what I like about this kit is it's very similar to Black Asta's, where when anti-magic is on, well, he gets a buff, right? Well, in this case, you get the Spirit Dive, but also you get this part of it, even if you don't have it. And if you have Spirit Dive, well, you get both instead of anti-magic being one or the other. I love that. Now, the skill 2. to me is a it's an AoE. It's an AoE. So Vanilla did not write it, but basically, so inflicts a X% reduced mobility debuff on an enemy. Now, why is it a AoE? Because if Spirit Dive is present on self, inflicts silence on a designated enemy. So you can see here when it says designated enemy, it is a AoE. So that means everyone's getting the mobility reduced debuff, and if Spirit Dive is on, you inflict silence on the enemy you choose. Doesn't this sound insane? You could just cuck Julius out of using a skill 2. You can make sure Mario can't use her damage reduction. What else is really good? You could stop Asta from using a skill 2. And this is when it becomes strong. Silence now compared to when Vanessa came out. Because I used to dog on Vanessa's silence. Because why do you want to really stop it, right? The skill 2 sure was annoying. But then Noelle's ult was still very strong at the time. Season 2 Noelle. Talking about Season 3 Summer Vanessa. But obviously not on Global yet. Back in JP times. So silence now is very strong. Because skill 2s are becoming to a point where they are very annoying. Which is why abilities like Julius and this ability is going to be very strong. Now on his ult, he inflicts total silence. GG, right? That's GG. He also gives himself Spirit Dive for probably 2 turns, and then gives self an X% speed, increased speed buff. I love this unit. This unit's going to be fun, going to be attacking, going to stop the enemy from attacking, and going to do so much damage. Now, what does Spirit Dive do? Awakens Yuno's true powers. You tell him. I mean, I feel like there must be a different way to getting Spirit Dive in the kit. It just feels a bit odd. I don't know what it is. It feels very odd. So we'll see. Okay, I think I see it. I think I see how they're going to go about this. All right, that makes sense. If this is how they're constructing it, let's continue reading. So the passive, at the start of a turn, grants self Blessing of the Wind Spirit. Now this is every time the turn starts, every time it's your turn. And what does it do? It gives him increased damage dealt every time, up to probably 5 stacks. 5 stacks is the way they like to construct these usually. So that's going to be my guess right now. If it's 10 or 20, if it's 20% increased damage dealt per stack, then we're eating. If it's 10%, then we could be eating. But it's going to depend on how quick this Yuno actually is when we play with him. Depending on the team, it could be quicker, slower, right? We'll have to see. But I could see this being very strong. And it does lead to, it tend to him looking like a DPS. He has very debuffer traits, but he also has buffer traits, and he also seems to be a DPS. So, man, this Yuno is going to be crazy. And even better, oh my god. Dupe 2. He gets invulnerability when he gains Spirit Dive on his ult. So he uses his ult, he total silences the enemy, increases his speed, gives himself invulnerability, making him take no damage. Wow. Oh my god, even better. Dupe 5 at the start of a turn grants itself SP plus X buff. Because you want to spam his ult, that's GG. That is literally GG. Jesus Christ, man. Oh my god. Okay, partner skill removes immortality. You love to see it. You love to see it, okay? I was talking about this in one of my previous videos, how we needed units who could remove immortality and like just stop immortality from really being annoying. And this is perfect, okay? Oh my god, I love this Yuno. I love this Yuno. And then on his skill 2. The skill page adds barrier immunity. And that seems to be an AoE, because remember we talked about it. When they mention a designated enemy, it usually means that you're able to target more than one enemy. Which means barrier immunity is on everyone. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, take this with a grain of salt, by the way. This could change, but this should be the skeleton of his kit at the very least. And then, Grimoire passive. If Spirit Dive is present on self upon attacking, there is a X% chance to grant SP plus X buff. So oh my god. He's gonna, okay, if you max out the skill page, he's gonna get Spirit Dive. He's gonna have it all the time. He's gonna have his ult every 2 turns. Why? Because he's gonna get an SP plus probably 1 buff every turn. So every turn you're getting 2 SP. So immediately you have 4 SP. Now this is probably gonna be at least 2 SP. So every turn, this guy's getting 2 SP plus probably 2 SP from this when he attacks. So 4 SP every turn at the bare minimum. Bare minimum. And that means in 2 turns, he's going to get back his Spirit Dive buff. Because this Spirit Dive buff is probably going to be for 2 turns. Peak. Peak, bro. Peak. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. That's insane. Yeah, no. This is a Fest unit. This is what we call a Fest unit. This is beautiful. This is a beautiful kit. Total silence, guaranteed. Silence, guaranteed. Speed increase, guaranteed. Guaranteed mobility reduction. AoE guaranteed mobility reduction. Good damage, probably. We'll have to see for that. Like, that's not guaranteed. That part is not guaranteed. But if this Blessing of the Wind Spirit goes up by 20% each time it's your turn, Why is it going to be good? Some people might say that it might not be good because of the fact that it has to build up over time, but this guy's going to be so quick. And he's also going to make other people slower. Speed increase. Speed increase. Mobility debuff and mobility debuff. So we can make everyone go slower while he goes quicker. Yeah, no, this unit is insane. I'm going to probably make a whole dedicated video on him separately and just go really in depth into this unit. Because I just need to talk about this unit more. But this unit is amazing. This unit is very much probably number one, if we're being honest. Because he stops barriers, so Charlotte is getting a bit of a nerf. He's going to basically block immortality, so Fuego is going to go goodbye, right? Not obviously not all the time, but he's also going to make it so he has invulnerability. So if he is a DPS and he has low HP and defense stats, well, it doesn't matter. After he uses his ult, he's invincible. And if he has high speed, then that's GG. Not even besides that, but he also debuffs the enemy a bunch. Total silence. Hello? Hello? He could just stop Asta from using anything but the skill 1. Like, he mono red. What are they going to do? What are they going to do? What are they doing against this Yuno? So yeah, Yuno's insane. I want to talk about him more, but like in a separate video, I think would be much more fitting. If we're being real, right? If we're being real, it would just be better. Like, Jesus Christ, man, it would be insane. Now, I know what people want, okay? I know what people want. Sure, the seasonals might be cool. Nozel might be my favorite unit in the game next to Yuno. But we gotta go over Zora. I don't care. We gotta go over Zora. Yeah, no, oh my god. How do I make this one video, man? I should milk this. I'm joking. But, like, honestly, it's more so the fact that I just don't have the time to make 25 minutes for 5 units. Do you think I could do it, guys? Actually, no, I have more time. I'm chill. We're gonna make this a long-ass video. I don't care, okay? I don't care. I love you guys. I know y'all love me, and I need to make this. Bro. Oh my god. Okay. Zora might just save blue. So from what I saw, Zora is blue. Okay. I don't think Vanilla put it here. But, oh, yeah, blue. There you go. Blue. Okay. So, skill 1. Single target. And he should be a debuffer. Grants, no, he's a buffer, I think. Grants Reflection Trap level X to the ally with a high sol attack. Now, before we get into this, okay, Reflection Trap, level 1, 2, and 3. So, there's going to be up to level 3. I don't know how we're going to... interesting. Anyway, what does it do? Mitigates damage taken by X%. If it's 20 or 30%, GG, right? For this to be good, though, level 3... Okay, because there's different levels. If level 3 is at, like, 50%, GG. Reflects X% of it to an enemy. So you mitigate damage, reflect it, and then... Oh my god. And then inflict a SP-1 debuff on an enemy upon taking damage. Now it says an enemy, so it means only one person. But this is way better because it's the whole team that could probably have this, I think. So you're going to see this proccing, the -1, much more than you're going to see Noelle's proccing on her skill page, the Halloween Noelle. Okay, so the reflection to the person with a high sol attack, which means they're going to have their damage reduced. They're going to reflect the damage taken and also inflict the SP-1. This is also going to be insane if you run DPS Maria Leona, who's taunted. They counter, right? And even if you don't really do damage, you're going to have the SP -1, right? And then mitigate damage too, GG. Now, skill 2 is an AoE buff, so he does seem to be a buffer. X% chance to grant an ally debuff immunity. I like this. I would like it to go up to 100% chance at max level skill, but that's usually how it goes. So this might be 100% chance to grant an ally debuff immunity. Insane. Inflicts an SP-X debuff on all enemies. If it's SP-2, then that's good. If it's SP-1, it could be situational, but it can be good. Later on into the fight, this will be good, but not early on. Now, it does also reduce magic attack debuff on all enemies. Okay. Is Zora the single, like, just single thing that's going to save blue? He might. It depends on this damage reduction, because damage reduction for blue is huge, because they don't have barriers. But he is reducing magic attack, reducing SP. Yeah, no, we'll have to... Okay, let's continue reading. Oh. Okay, I need to breathe. These units are too good. What is this, guys? What is this? They drop Yami, Luck, William, Mimosa, and then they drop this? Oh my god. Jesus. Okay. Grants an ally, Reflection Trap level probably 3, because it's the ultimate. Okay. X% chance to grant an ally increased defense, probably going to go up to 100%, as I talked about before. If not, this is kind of mid. Especially because it's only one person, it better be guaranteed. Inflicts a disarm level debuff on the enemy, so this is reducing the amount of damage that they do. So this could stack. Magic and disarm could stack, so you're going to be going crazy. And this is on the DPS. Person with the high sol attack, GG. Wow. Okay, so far good, but I do want to start looking at other things. If all allies have the technique attribute, grant self speed plus X at the start of battle. This is different from how they worded it with Yunos, because Yunos, the red Yuno, the mono red Yuno, is worded in a way that it says, what is it? Yunos is, if all allies are red, grant self mobility buff. Okay, speed buff is interesting. Speed buff could be better or worse, but in general, since he's a buffer or debuffer, he's gonna have high speed. So if he's at like 112 speed, he might be just insane, right? He might be just insane. So let me take that off. I don't know why it went on to Opera. I think we're good now. But anyway, thank God I had no tabs open that you guys shouldn't have seen. So we're good on that. So this could be insane. There's nothing really saying how good or bad this is gonna be, because this is really something we need to see in play, right? Because we've never had one of these buffs before. They were gonna give one of these buffs to Licht, I think, but they didn't. We do have this on Radis. Now 7 speed does help Radis a lot, but how exactly this is gonna work for someone like Zora with already high speed, because he's a buffer or debuffer, it's gonna be interesting to see. If Reflection Trap is present on self at the start of turn, grants a reduced damage taken buff. If that's to the whole team, this reduced damage taken, it could be good. But if not, for himself, because he doesn't have anything that's making him take a lot of damage, I don't really think it's insane. If all allies are blue, inflicts buff immunity on the enemy with the highest all attack for 1 turn. Is he... I don't want to say number 1, but... Is he the savior of blue? Is he the savior of mono blue? Buff immunity is so crazy, because that means you just get a free kill on the DPS. Wow. Wow. Okay, because this is very much a one-tap meta, which why is buffs are just insane. This is insane! Oh my god. Okay, attacks after removing immortality. He removes immortality too, so what? It's just becoming immortality meta? Like, they just said, oh, we don't want Fuego to be good. Makes sense. Grants an ally reflection trap for X turns. Now, is it skill 2 AoE? It is. So, we'll see. I hope there's an AoE version of this trap on someone, but anyway, very good. And then Grimoire passive, X% chance to grant all allies X% increased defense buff for turn, 2 turns probably, when attacked by an attacker. Okay, so this is why they want you to be attacked by an attacker, which is why they have the damage reduction here. Okay, if he had taunt, that would be good though. I really wish he had taunt somewhere. Anyway, this unit's looking insane. This SP minus buff is very good, especially if you have this skill page, which puts the reflection trap, which is going to make it that the SP is going to be reduced even more on whoever you're putting it on. Now, you get to choose who to put the reflection trap on here, but on the skill 1, it's on the DPS. But Zora himself does want it for this. So we're going to have to see. I think his playstyle is going to be very fun, but it's going to be something to really to look at. Right, to look at, I guess. Kind of hard to tell because of certain parts, because I think his speed is going to be a big play, a big role in this. Especially because of this, right? It's just turn 1. Does he have that much of an effect? I guess he does, doesn't he? Because this is technically in its own way damage reduction. In a different way, right? And then you get the increased defense. Okay, I'm trying to see if he would be good with the new Blue William, the defender. I just don't think he would be. I don't see it. I don't see him being good with this new William. Because they both have debuff immunity. You can't stack debuff immunity, especially if this is for 2 turns. There's just no point to running this new William. I'm sorry. You're better off running the old William and playing more offensively. Especially because you have a higher chance of killing right away. I don't know. I feel like the old William is going to be very good with this guy. And especially Noelle. Noelle is going to be very good with him too. And then you could also run Silence Charlotte, but then you would also need a DPS. So it's like, yeah, I don't know how you... This team is going to be very interesting. We need a good blue DPS now. A very good one, and then we're eating. If Yuno's blue, then... GG. GG. Okay, so now we're going to quickly go over the Noelle and Rill, since we already went over them. But Noelle is a blue healer. As we talked about, barrier immunity, SP plus X, very strong. Skill 2 does remove everyone's DLTs, and depending on the amount of DLTs, does heal for continuous HP recovery. I'd rather continuous over normal heals because of the fact that Noelle, Halloween Noelle, is starting to leave the meta, and the fact that she's dying pretty quick, but getting her purpose in. She's putting the damage reduction on the enemies, but she's getting her purpose in, right? Now, this continuous HP recovery is not really going to be removed that much by Noelle, but it will come into play sometimes where Noelle removes it. Halloween Noelle. But besides that fact, being able to remove DLTs kind of puts the burn team in the mud in a lot of cases. And especially Fuego, because if you're able to remove this after 2 or 3 burns were applied, then Fuego is just not doing damage, right? So that's good. This Noelle is going to be seemingly be very good, but the thing is, it's not going to help her like do what she needs, because she's blue. Now, what's important to note is that, well, you want to like, you want to be able to do stuff against barrier units, so I guess there is this. But because her main problem is going to be green since she's blue, well, you want to see her be good against green units. In a way, right? So, everyone gets HP. Heal, removes debuff, so just a cleanse. That's what we need. That's honestly what we need. Especially because Rill is very strong in this current meta, Green Rill. That's good. Then, increased damage resistance on all allies is a very strong thing alongside cleansing debuffs. Okay, good. Amazing. Now, at the start of the battle, inflicts an X% reduced damage dealt debuff for X turns. This is basically a Halloween Noelle, so they're adding this onto her. Now, the fact that this is on everyone is insane. It just becomes so much more insane because of the fact that tanks are still in the meta as DPSs. And Spirit Dive YUNO might not be necessarily a DPS, but will still be strong as an attacker. A DPS. Sorry, he won't be an attacker, but he still might be a damage dealer, is what I meant to say. He could be a debuffer that does damage. Now, do passive. If DLT is on self, grant a X% mobility increase. Okay, nice. And then every turn grants all allies X% of own max HP as HP recovery. They're going to make me want to dupe her out, at least to dupe 2. Because getting this mobility buff when burn is on her is insane. Especially because you can inflict it so many times. And then you just cleanse it. Insane. Now, combo. Grants the partner mage X% of own max HP as continuous HP heal. And then also gives debuff immunity. These combos are starting to get crazy. Like, removing ammo as much as they are and stuff is like, wow, man. Wow. And then at the start of the battle, grants an attacker mage increased max HP. Wow. If this is like 20-30%, this could be insane. Like, it's going to go up high. Interesting. Okay, well, I don't see you using Noelle currently on the mono team, but we're going to have to see. She will be good just on any team. That's the good part. It's just, I feel like, I don't know what she would synergize with. She seems good in a vacuum, but I don't think she's going to be synergizing too well with people. That's my main point. That's my main point, really. Yeah. We'll talk about it more. We will talk about it more when we get closer to the release, but we'll see. Now, Rill, remember, red supporter, so we do need something for Black Asta, because obviously mono red is entirely based off of Black Asta at this current point in time. Unless they decide to switch it up, I just don't see them doing it. So let's talk about it. Grants an ally defender mage increased mobility. Now, I don't think it's that crazy, but it's still pretty good. Why? It's because you will not be using this turn 1 because you want Asta to attack after Witch Queen. Because Witch Queen uses anti-magic or procs the anti-magic on her ultimate and then Asta attacks. So you don't want to mess that up. But afterwards it might be good, but the thing is you're not going to have anti-magic by the time this is going to become useful. So there's that to consider. Grants all allies reduced damage taken. On a skill 2, this is strong. This is very strong. This is insanely strong. I love this. Now, remember, Spirit Dive is going to have silence and Spirit Dive should be coming out 2 weeks after this or a month and 2 weeks after. So either 2 weeks or 6 weeks after. So we're going to see. But this could be very strong. But he might very quickly, depending on when YUNO comes out, find his match. Now the alt giving one person a mobility buff means this is probably going to be like 30, 40, or 50% mobility buff. Which is kind of insane. Is it going to be useful though? I don't think so. Now what I could see this being used as is you alt Witch Queen, she goes right away, she procs Asta's anti-magic, everyone's taunted. That's how I could see it being used. And everyone being taunted means they can't use buff skills, which means they can't play exactly how they want to. Which I think could be very strong. If Rill is quick and could get Witch Queen up right away, then this might be a fun-ass playstyle. I could see it. Yeah, I could see that. Now, if all allies are red, grant self speed plus X. Yeah, this guy's going to be going very quick. So you could put this on Witch Queen, make Witch Queen go next, ult with Witch Queen, proc the anti-magic, and anti-magic, remember, at dupe 2, taunts everyone when Asta goes into anti-magic. That could be a fun playstyle. That could be a very fun playstyle. Okay, at the start of a turn, grant self an SP plus X buff on the do passive. Nice. That means you could spam his ult more. Okay, if it's 2 SP, we're eating, but probably won't. Upon taking damage from an attacker, get a mobility buff. They're doing this a lot. What? Noelle had it for burn. He has it for attacking attackers. Okay. This could be good. This will be very good if he has high speed just in general. Grants departed mage XP X increased mobility. Okay. Grants all allies increased speed. Now that sucks. That's on the skill 1. I would like to use this turn 1. I would like to use this skill turn 1, but it won't work. Because you're going to also increase Asta more than Witch Queen, which you don't want Asta to go before Witch Queen. That sucks. Now, upon attacking an attacker, there's a chance to get an SP plus X buff. So a lot of these units are really trying to go for an like very quick SP meta, and then Zora is there like fuck off. I like that. I like that a lot. I do like that. Providing something that's very strong in a counter rate away to like have 2 options and branches available is, I think, the way to go for this. I genuinely think so. So yeah, no, this is gonna be good. We seem to be moving away from the defensive meta, so props to them. Props to them. Guys, I'm not gonna lie. This is the happiest I've been with Black Clover since Leona, which has been like a good 3 weeks. I've been in the trenches. I'm not gonna lie. William and Mimosa almost made me lose hope. It's been over a month since thing. It's been a month since Leona. No, it's been 3 weeks, almost a month. But no, I'm telling you, when we got William and Mimosa, I was very sad. William and Mimosa, just I like when there's good units or units that even do something. They weren't. So we went over 4 units. I have time to go over the new units, I think. I want to go over Nozel first because I genuinely think he is the better unit between the two. But I don't... Okay, Kahono is like a meh unit. If she's there to get a new seasonal, right? But it's whatever. I mean, these are new seasonals. I'm happy they're doing this. So let's go into it. Now, he works off of Mercury buffs. So it makes him take damage, which is interesting. Let's talk about it. At the start of a turn, takes X% of current HP as damage, and it could stack. So you could get multiple stacks of this. This could suck. If it's like 5% per stack, it could be bad. So let's talk about his kit. If X... Okay, so we're going to say if there's less than a certain amount of Mercury on himself, he has a chance to inflict poison, and with a certain amount more... We'll say for this like case, maybe like 2 or 3. So if there's like 3 or more, then he does guarantee poison. Poison does not seem that crazy until you need poison to proc something else. So for example, right, if there's poison on the enemy, do like 100% more damage, something like that. Skill 2, AoE. If there's less than a certain amount, you inflict disarm on an enemy. And wait, I don't get it. If X or more instances of Mercury are present on self, inflicts a disarm level X debuff on an enemy for X turns. So it's just probably a different level. So this is going to be like level 1 disarm, then like level 2 disarm. Okay, remove buffs from a designated enemy, and then reduce buff duration. This is one of the best skills in the game. You make them do less damage, you remove their buffs, and you reduce the amount of turns that the current buffs remaining have. So you're stripping them. You're making them do less, and you're making him take off everything that was buffed up. Insane. Ultimate. Immortality immunity. Best skill in the game. Immortality has been so annoying with Licht and Fuego because Immortality is totally 50-50. If somehow you get a speed reduction, well, guess what? You're actually going to win because your Immortality lasts longer. There's so many different things that I just don't like these playstyle of Immortality. Upon killing an enemy using a special skill, inflicts X% of magic attack as extra damage to all enemies based on the instances of Mercury on self, and then grants self Mercury removal. At the start of a turn, inflicts Mercury on self. So every time at the start of a turn, you get Mercury. Converts all instances of DOT inflicted on self into Mercury. Wow, he just doesn't have any DLTs. Okay, and then also max dupe nullifies Mercury damage, which makes me scared that this is actually a lot of damage that we're going to be taking from it, which I don't like. And then inflicts continuous poison damage on an inflicts continuous poison damage on an enemy for X turns. Okay. That's fine. The poison's there to be there, so it's whatever. Now Grimoire passive, if DLT is not present on self upon taking damage, there's an X% chance to inflict. I don't get... Oh, wait. If DLT is not present on self, does Mercury count as DLT? I don't really know. There's a chance to inflict a X% increased damage taken buff on a debuff on an enemy. So it's a bit weird. I don't really get how this part works alongside this. But we'll see in game. I'm not going to really comment on this, but Nozel with this is seeming very good. Immortality immunity. and then removing buffs, and then also reducing buff duration alongside disarm. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, that's very good. That is very good. So yeah, that's Nozel. I like his kit a lot. Now, Kahono grants, okay, so she's an attack buffer. What attack buffers are there? Not good, in my opinion. It grants X% increased attack to the buff to the ally with the highest attack, okay. Skill 2 buffs one ally, extending debuff duration. Sorry, extending buff duration, increasing attack, and also giving an open aria buff. So this is like Kyoto, yes. So you could get probably 5, I'm going to guess, yes. You could get a max of 5 opening aria buffs, and then once you have 5, you get a festival aria buff, and you could continue stacking more opening aria buffs. What do they give? Penetration and crit damage. And then once you get 5, you get a certain amount of penetration, crit damage, and increased damage dealt in general. So for example, I'll show this very quickly. Where is it? Bop, bop, bop. There we go. So, Kyoto. He has where every time he gets one of these buffs, 5% endurance and block. And then when he gets 5 of them, he gets 30% of each and also 50% increased damage. So my guess is that it's exactly how it's going to work. Probably like 30%. No, probably going to be like maybe 50 pen, 50 crit damage, and then like 30% damage dealt. We'll have to see. But this is going to be very great. It's going to be crazy. It's just the fact that it's going to be hard but these to get. But I think these stay. Like it's only, it just says you get the buff. It doesn't say for a certain amount of turns. So this is going to be good late game. Now what she gives on her ult is going to be increased mobility, crit rate, and then another opening aria to everyone. So she, in my eyes, is looking to be very good with Licked. Because Licked, because of especially, what's it called? Equipment Transcendence, it's become so crazy. His crit damage. So you're going to get crit damage here, and then basically guaranteed crit with this. It's going to be insane. Insane. Now, when she takes damage from an attacker, she puts an increased damage dealt buff to the person with the highest attack. So yeah, to me, we're probably going to get a new attack. Attack crit unit is my current thoughts. We don't know what color she is, which is unfortunate, but it's whatever. If she's green, GG. Upon taking damage, grants opening aria to the ally with the highest attack. So yeah, no, she's going to become very good. And then when you use the ult, you get an extra instance of opening aria to the designated ally, which means you can very quickly get this festival aria and make the DPS do a lot of damage. She's a support. Okay. Now, the combo has a chance to stun. Okay, single target, but also increase the ally's attack. Okay, now her skill 2 also grants an SP plus X buff, and that's an AoE attack. So she's giving everyone SP. And then Grimoire passive, upon taking damage from an attacker, grants increased favorite damage buff to the ally with a high solid attack. Okay, this unit does not have someone to really work with at the moment, if we're being honest. No one really needs crit as much as Licked, but Licked is mainly built magic attack, which means you're going to want to build him with attack. Now, looking at it, what are the attack units? There's really not many. They're going to want you to use her with Kyoto, I guess, but Kyoto also is like kind of mid, right? So there is that. Now, besides that, like Yami has like good attack and would definitely help Yami's barriers too, because he gives himself barriers. So there is that. We need another attack unit. We do. Because one of her best units, because of the crit rate and damage she gives, is Licked. Because look at his crit ratio. 34 to 72 plus an extra 20% crit damage. So it's already at 92% crit damage. And then you're going to give him what? An extra like 50% crit damage? Like Jesus Christ. Yeah, no, you could get Licked probably up to like 200% crit damage minimum. Minimum. Probably like 250 even if you really push for it. So, I would say that building this Licked, or not building this Licked, building this Kahono if you want to build Licked up would not be bad. So yeah, these are the units. I'm very happy with them. I think all of these units serve a purpose. There's clear purposes for every unit, and they seem to play off of each other. So I'm very excited to see where it goes. We reached the 30-minute mark. I have to upload this video, so I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.